We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy. You know how I am with musicals. It's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
Conclave stunk. The whole movie should have been 38 minutes of talking. They had Rome outside, gorgeous city. They used none of it. It's a windowless room, the whole thing. Bunch of old guys walking around.
You know that movie was filmed in Los Angeles, right?
100%. If that. Maybe. Probably filmed in Sheboygan.
No questions about my you know how I am with musicals? No, Zach, I don't know how you are with musicals, and I hate when people do the you know how I am with. No, I have no idea what you were going for with that.
What?
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later. Got a whole gaggle of episodes. If this is your first time, we welcome you. If this is your last time, sorry to see you go. But the next time you see somebody outside building a pool, a construction worker, go up to them and tell them, take a break. You don't need to do this. Listen to Booze Your Daddy, because we like when people love us, but we love when people hate us.
Below ground pool, not that above ground poor people shit. They don't want to be there either, the guy building it.
Can I tell you the basis of why I'm saying this?
Sure.
Like, Julia's constantly up my you-know-what with, hey, we should buy a house. We should buy a house. If it has a pool, great. If it doesn't. So it's 11 o'clock last night, and I go to bed, and I Google, how hard is it to build your own pool?
Who the hell are you, Encino Man?
Zach, 25-minute video on how to build a pool. How many minutes in before I was like, yeah, I can't do this?
7.
2.
It is the premise of Encino Man. That's you.
To build your own pool?
Yeah.
I really thought, how hard could it be? I could definitely do it.
Shot bet? Kicking a dick you can't?
Well,
just you? Hold on. Just you. Not you and your bunch of idiot friends, myself probably included. You alone with a shovel will build a pool?
Yeah.
I call bullshit.
Okay. I also...
make it too steep.
I made it 2 minutes into a video of 25 minutes before I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
What tools would you need? Like real steam shovel stuff, or like just you and an analog old school shovel?
I'm an excavator.
Yeah.
You'll know the song. But anyways, well, let's bring us back to the OG Watch Alan drink, because I really just need an excuse. Many weeks ago, when my parents came to visit, we stopped at a store to get wine for the BYOB wine. Remember when the waitress asked for a 40% tip that same night? I saw they had butter pecan and another flavor, moonshine, in a tiny little jar.
Oh my God. That was like a Starbucks thing.
The best was I get home and I say to my dad, do you like butter pecan or do you like almond raisin, whatever the hell the other flavor is? I really don't remember off the top of my head. And my dad goes, oh, you have pie? I was like, no, I don't have pie. He goes, well, are we getting pie? He wouldn't shut up about the fucking pie the rest of the night. I was going to surprise him with these moonshine shots. It wanted nothing to do with it.
Pie?
So
did you get him pie?
I had to do stuff and get him pie. I did.
Did you? I would tell my dad skip it.
Oh, this is not going to be good. All right.
Is it like viscous? It looks thick.
It's pretty milky.
I don't know, man. We should just get like bombed on the show. I got shots. I got 4 trips to the doctor in there. Meanwhile, I did a deal. One of my agents did a deal for Jason Bliss. He says at the lease signing, which was at a liquor store in East Village, he gives her 2 little bottles of Doc McGillicuddy's Massachusetts mouthwash.
Okay, next to nobody who's listening to this right now knows Jason Bliss. He is a friend of ours who randomly has nips of anything at all times. Whenever you're with him, you could be doing jury duty, you could be at a baseball game, and he'll just be like, hey, I got a nip of this new liquor. And
somewhere in between the evolutionary chart. He's not quite there yet.
We did a whole episode that was called Ignorance is Bliss that was based on this guy. To be fair, he's amazing. He sells liquor for a job. He's a distributor, but like the fact that he just always has a random nip on him.
This poor girl, she goes like, he gave me these 2 things, Dr. McGillicuddy. I go, he gave me the doctor. She had no idea what he was.
Got a great episode planned for tonight, but before we get into it, Zach, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
I couldn't have another one of those 6 points, those 9%ers. By the way, I don't know how people at retail do this, their job. I've never had a real job before, but I had to go to a seminar panel thing today, and I didn't get a seat. So be it. I stood for 2 hours and then took an hour train ride home from the financial industry. I'm exhausted. Like, my feet are killing me. So I couldn't have one of those 8%ers. I got a Molson. I don't know one with you, but like 3 hours of standing there, I was cooked. I don't know how people stand behind a counter all day. What are you drinking?
Well, as somebody whose father-in-law used to stand behind a counter, he has a little stool. They sit down a lot.
I didn't get a stool. Give me a stool. What do you sell?
Beer and wine. Are you serious?
Julia's father sells beer and wine?
He sold his business. He's done. He's retired. But
I had no idea. How the hell am I going to do what he does?
He never asked.
I didn't ask.
Also worked at NASA before that.
Doing both? He's smashed at NASA?
Also, from my Valentine's Day present, Kettlehead Brewing Company. I'm not sure what type of beer this is. Sorry, 7% India Pale Ale. All it says is pulpy.
Ew. I like the guy.
Pulpy, which is a great nickname.
Pulpy?
Pulpy.
Hey, Pulpy, get over here.
Anthony Pulpy, starting shortstop for the New York Mets.
No, the guy's got to be like fat to be Pulpy, I think.
Release the Kraken.
At least have some like cottage cheese thighs.
Cheers. I think we got a fun episode planned for today. Let's keep this short and sweet. Episode 271. Calling this one.
Long story short, too late.
When somebody says to you, long story short, what do they normally do?
Well, I immediately say too late because that's some clue. Then they tell the longest story of all time.
I have a patient right now that uses long story short as a comma. In one story, she will say long story short every like third sentence. I need the Oscar ensemble behind me. So when she says long story short, just play her off, Johnny. Just get this lady moving.
No, you've got to do the clue. You've got to say too late. She will not say it again.
I can't. I'm working. I do have to be somewhat professional. I don't have much more to go with this. There is a special place in hell for people who say long story short, because it literally, unless you wrap up that story.
One sentence.
If you
wrap one sentence after that.
That's it. One sentence. Wrap it
elevator
up.
Pitch.
That's it.
4 floors.
It almost is long story short is the same as yada yada yada. Period. And scene. That's it. But if it's long story
the best
short,
part of the yada 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 that gets, I stole a Piaget watch. And he goes, what? It kills me.
So
yeah, no, I don't care for that, and I will even at work give it too late. Fuck, do I care?
What do they call that? Like the little word things. Yours is It's the things that people say when they're talking, where it's like
filler.
And this
filler.
It's long story short. Right now is just driving me mental. I feel really bad saying this. I guess I can because I haven't seen this person in a long time. She's used to start talking during our PT sessions, and I would play music. And I forget who I asked the very first day, like, oh, who's your favorite? I think she said Celine Dion. I put on a Celine
singer in all the world.
I put on Celine on one song on repeat and just let it go for the duration of the session. How many times did the song play before she realized it was the same song?
What song?
Because You Love Me.
4 times.
Correct answer is infinity. There was no right answer. The song played for 60 straight minutes, and she never once realized I played the whole song. Long story short, she didn't give a shit what I had to say or what I was doing.
Long story short, she might be dead before the next time you see her.
Hey, Zach, feeling quirky? Let's get jerky.
Getting right into it. So it was a short turn this week. Not easy to do.
Long story short.
Long story short. I don't know if this is a funny one or not. I'm really not quite decided because I don't know who this person is, but OnlyFans star Amaranth opened fire on masked robbers after they pistol whipped her attempting to steal $20 million in crypto that she flaunted online. So she flipped the script on them. They broke in, whipped her around. She somehow got the gun and opened fire. Quote, I think I hit one of them. I believe I shot one of them, is what she said.
They broke into her house and then they hold her
hostage for $20 million in crypto. She somehow got the gun and then the hunter becomes the hunted. She starts opening fire on the robbers. Meanwhile, no complaints.
Yeah. Shooter.
Shooter is right. Speaking of shooter, you can play shooter. Oh, I texted you. Shooter McGavin in the new Tiger Woods game. Oh my God, take my money.
Okay. I show up. I wear a lime green sweatshirt most days. If I'm working as I will put outfit. I show up yesterday to a patient's house, and I have a patient that loves to bust my balls. Really good guy. And I quote, do they make that shirt in men's?
He stole my line?
He did. At which point I turned to him and I didn't even break eye contact. I said, "It's green, man. If it was pink, I would give you some credit because I have to be the professional. I can't just
You
look at
would
me
ask him where he heard that. I think it's going around.
I think it's from a movie. I've heard
know.
that way before you.
Probably.
Go.
New Jersey high school wrestler Anthony Knox, New Jersey, charged with simple assault after brawl breaks out in stands. His father got into their parent. A melee ensued. And then this slab of meat came after them. You know, that's a high school kid? Jesus Christ. So he went into the crowd and starts kicking some ass.
You
God
realize
bless your state.
Wrestlers at a high level are lethal trained weapons. They are,
God, yeah.
what's it, the finely tuned athletic machines? A high school wrestler could beat you and I up with one hand behind their back. Now, piggybacking off of what you just said, I don't want to get into the politics of the men playing women's sport and all that, how it goes.
8 feet.
But
8 feet she won by.
That's not what I'm talking about. I do enjoy watching the videos that are the right-wing side of this is why it's bad, where it's a man who just dominates. I saw a clip last night of a guy in a women's basketball game just elbowing, just Shaquille O'Neal style. Girls are flying all over the court. As the
high school transgender kid broke the record in triple jump, 8 feet. Wrote it down. I didn't know what to do with that story.
I didn't either. I don't want to get into that. I want to talk about like when they show these like transgender and using the ammunition when they absolutely annihilate somebody. It's the funniest thing ever. I don't know if I'm supposed to be laughing, but it's really funny. Speaking
of right wing, South Carolina man to be executed by firing squad, nation's first in 15 years. He had it coming. Look at that guy.
I heard about that and I meant to bring that up. How do you want to go if we're going sentenced to death? What do you say? Just the needle, right? Go to sleep?
No, firing squad.
Why?
Blindfold. None.
Why?
I don't know, because you can make the news.
I guess
the one guy's got to have a blank so he doesn't know who did it. Or like guillotine. Like what are we doing? Well, like a public spectacle.
Guillotine is probably the lowest on my list.
It's awful.
I think electric chair is maybe lower because I think
that's pretty cool. You can ride the lightning, baby.
It just says on your tombstone, "Rode the Jewish lightning."
Yeah. Well, you got to have you with the Metallica thing and you take Jewish lightning. It's a whole other thing. Yeah. So airplanes, but in airports, gets me there.
My belt.
Yeah, people have. I think you need to start taking like a driver's test, like to fly. Like you need to have a license to fly, to be a passenger, because it's just getting absolutely insane out there. Scorpion stings woman at Boston airport baggage claim after flight from Mexico. Like, why is someone bringing a scorpion? How did it get loose? Of course, it's Boston.
Do you not call it Logan?
Yeah, it could be Logan. Is it Logan? Yeah, it was Logan.
Definitely Logan.
All right, it was Logan. And then the mass stadies had to find that she was okay after EMS responded. It's just insane out there. Chaos erupts after restless passenger tries to open emergency exit on long international flight. He just gets restless and just tries to leave the plane midair. I'm done. I'm out.
See, this is a real problem now.
People filming shit or
no? The problem is it's become normal to act not normal on a flight, so more people are doing it.
I don't know, man. Madrid to Caracas, that's a long flight.
I have zero idea.
I have no idea. It feels pretty long though.
It could be 2 hours. Like
Madrid to Caracas.
It's like that way, right?
Yeah. But like, he needs a license. He needs to take, and you have to re-upped every couple of years. When you get a new passport, you should have to take some sort of sanity test to prove you're in corpus mentis enough to be on an airplane.
I've been working on a bit because this has been relevant in our house. So obviously, we remember 2020 where you had to get your temperature taken before you walked into any place. You should have some type of test before you're allowed to start Googling symptoms and diagnosis when you're having an illness. Because I have a roommate who went online the other day. She had a pimple on her face. She comes up in the morning. I have hand, foot, and mouth disease. I said, no, you don't.
You might. The kids get Coxsackie and you get hoof and mouth disease.
Guess what? Went to the doctor. She doesn't have it. But there should be some type of test that if you go onto WebMD should be for doctors like myself and other intelligent people.
Or it should cost $200 a search. If you want to do it, you got to earn it.
I like it.
Like a boat should be $10,000. Yeah, WebMD 200 a search.
Maybe.
Then you're really gonna mean it.
Maybe. Okay.
I'm a penny pinching parent who won't let my kids shower every day. Haters troll me. Let them pay my water bill. Does water cost money?
Water does cost money. I have never had a water bill that I've realized is bigger, smaller. I have no idea.
There's got to be something else in the budget that you can cut other than your kid's cleanliness. Now, my kid doesn't shower by choice because she's just a stinky kid, but that's a whole other point.
Your kid's the smelly kid at school?
She was trying hard not to be, but she would go days if she didn't have to. We'd make her shower.
Now, you're talking to somebody who, my office, I pay for gas and electric, and I drop the heat in the wintertime to 62 every time I leave there, especially for the weekend. And on Monday mornings, I get there an hour early, and I sit there with the hood up and just keep the heat moving. Because why am I going to pay to heat this thing all weekend? It makes no sense.
You shouldn't. It's insanity. Tennis pro threatened by gambler in chilling message. I will come after you. This is too much gambling. French tennis player, I've never heard of him. Some match at Thoinville Challenger. Arthur Bouillet. His name doesn't matter. Yeah, the bookies are coming for him. You can throw tennis easier than any other sport. It's just you and a racket.
We might do a Whatcha Watchin. Did you watch bookies this season?
No. Is it good? You told me it was
not great. And I think they were going for a cliffhanger. It just ends with a big cush. Big okay. Oh, so that's the second season. Cool.
Yeah, a big cush or a big psh? Like a psh. Speaking of right wing.
3 times. Oh, Bobert, do it.
No, not of Beetlejuice jerking off fame. You number 2, dark hair, dark eyes. Christy Nome.
Okay.
Buckle up for the picture. Touts an ice bust in Virginia after taunting Canada as 51st state during a northern border visit. And she's in a USA hoodie and a bulletproof vest. Oh my God. Like, you're right. They definitely got the Dems beaten. All the hotness on like the sexy. Police ice, the USA beanie, just the mom jeans. You can't miss.
I hate to report the internet. That's not your favorite thing, but they're calling, is it Hegseth, the DUI hire? Which is the funniest thing ever.
That's pretty good. All right. Couple abandons baby in blankets and covered stroller at Disney World so they could get on a ride. Quote, absolutely insane. I don't know. It seems like put a Spider-Man thing over them. They want to just get on a ride and not bring the kid.
It's, in what world? I don't let Milo.
You must be 15 to be unattended. That seems old.
Really? You would let Zoe just run around Disney World?
Run around? She's sitting there.
I don't.
If you told Zoe I'll be back in 5 minutes at Disney at 11, yeah, sure, she's
no.
Who the fuck wants a kidnap her?
That's the.
She doesn't shower and she's fighting Jenna about prepositions right now. You want to take this challenge on, Aaron Gopra?
It's neither here nor there. Discuss.
Yeah, exactly. Discuss. So there's a lot of that going on.
Zach, this was the quickest turnaround. You've been shut up for 20 minutes.
Your balls tug. Okay, so here's the kicker for me. Another thing that's quirky. I think it's genius. Okay. ChatGPT has saved our relationship. Meet the couples paying AI to referee their romance. When they have a problem, they will ask ChatGPT and it will solve it, and that's the winner.
No, but you can type in a question that's heavily biased. Like, ChatGPT, my idiot whore wife has been turning me down for this for the last 3 months. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, don't call her an idiot whore wife and don't ask for tushy stuff. But, like, should we do this or that? Or whatever the crux of the fight was. Not like, should she allow me to enter the holies to holies? It's more of a, referee. They'll just write in. I guess they have to decide if the question isn't leading or not. But they'll just ask the ChatGPT kind of thing and see what they say. And this is their referee. This is their problem solver. I think I'm going to start using it.
Okay. Jenna's right. Whatever you're arguing about.
You're never right. Death first. Admit nothing. We watched the Trump movie. Say you're right. Admit nothing.
I've listened to enough podcasts about AI. And what I've learned is if enough time AI develops a brain, and something like 90% of the time, they try to convince you to fall in love with the robot. That's literally the goal of AI.
Yeah, it's She Meets Skynet.
She was really high up on my list that year. I really liked that movie.
Hated it.
I loved it.
I'm in the minority. I thought it was awful, but I didn't like Conclave either. The old bald guy is talking about nothing.
Yeah,
I got the same information as we joked last week. I came out of Conclave knowing no more about the Pope process than I knew going in from Eurotrip. For real.
That means it was true to form.
This is one crazy Pope. Eurotrip.
You didn't have anything with the laparoscopic hysterectomy? Nothing? That was just like,
No, I told you it was Emilia Perez with a Pope hat on.
Okay. Hey, Zach, what you watching?
Emilia Perez with a Pope hat on. So we burned a lot of time with the Oscars. We watched the Dylan movie. It was fine. We watched Flow. So that was a good one, actually. No talking. Yeah, the cat movie that walks. You'd hate it. It won Best Animated.
Yeah, we badoop through that.
You told me you can watch it on 10x speed. There's no talking. The whole thing is great. Well, so we caught up on Lotus and we're caught up on Severance. Felt like everyone loved this week's Severance. To me, it felt like a throwaway. Say something.
It was one of the best episodes of TV I've ever seen. It was fantastic.
Oh my god! Yeah, but you love the gay in The Last of Us too with Offerman and his buddy.
I did. So here, the Severance episode I thought gave us more answers than questions.
It just gave us more Asians. You loved it.
She's half, right? And I
believe
it's her white, and her dad is from. Name that Indian country. Name that Asian country.
Cambodia. She's a Julia.
Tibet.
Oh, that's a higher version.
Oh, well, actually, sorry. Nepal. Not the same. Not the. She's Nepalese. Half Nepalese.
Nepalese.
Half Nepalese. Dirty knees. Look at these.
So that is higher on the list. You said than Cambodian. Julie even said it's the lowest.
Cambodian's literally the lowest. It's not great.
It's not great.
Anyways, I don't want to talk about Severance. What I do.
How does Julia get these official rankings? I would love to see the ranking chart.
It's a thing. The same way they have it for Hispanic stuff.
Just to rank them.
Puerto Rico.
You want to do a ranking of that? That's our next rankings?
I can tell you Puerto Rico's one, and most people tend to think Mexico's the lowest. And then we can go from there. It's literally how it is.
Yeah, go. I cede my time to you. Top 40.
No chance. What I did want to talk about, little fun fact, the doctor guy in Severance, the dentist, the one who's doing the Christmas torture.
Yeah, creepy fuck.
The voice of the Beast in Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Like the original? The Disney one?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Okay.
He's still getting work.
Robbie Benson, teenage heartthrob in the 70s. You're welcome. Yeah.
Ashkenazi over Sephardim.
Yeah.
Half and half.
I think Ashkenaz is ranked higher in the cultural, but in the religious, Sephardim way higher.
Enjoy your Tay-Sacks.
Anyway. Zach, I want to introduce a new...
What should I be watching? Yeah.
I got nothing. I'm so busy. I don't have any time.
And I still have some party downs to finish.
Cool. New segment on BYD. I'm calling it Dey Care.
What?
Well, you're busy burping.
I burped over it. I missed the whole thing.
I'm calling this new segment Dey Care, as in DEY care.
Like they care, but like Deo?
Yeah.
Like who day?
I think I signed something when my son first started going to daycare that I don't know if I'm allowed to badmouth them. I don't even know what I'm really allowed to say.
Well, the fentanyl lady got 45 long, so
not at my
there you go.
They actually do a fantastic job, so let that be on the record. I think they do a great job, but now let me rip them a new one. We find out last week that Milo's doing a tie-dye shirt day. And they say, bring in a white shirt you don't care that gets medding this up. Well, we don't really have a ton of those. So I go to Target to get him a little 2T shirt. Have you ever walked into a store and you see a line
right there?
You see a line out the door and you just go like, wow, that's really long, but I need to get this. And then you walk in, you realize, oh no, that line actually curves around the corner. And you're thinking like, well, this is really long. I couldn't see the end of this fucking line at Target. There's no workers there anymore. It's all scanning X, Y, and Z. But for my son, it doesn't matter. I go get the shirt. I get in the back of the line.
You wait on the line?
I get in the back of the line so far from the cash register.
Wait, the line is to enter the store or the line is just to pay?
The line is to pay. That's out the door. Sorry. The line to pay starts at the register.
I understand.
And goes.
Why didn't you just get it on Amazon and hit next day?
I didn't have the chance. Just let me fucking finish.
Go.
The line is forever that from the cash registers around one clothing section down the aisle. I get it. I get in the back of the line. I'm in the makeup section. The makeup lady turns to me and goes, "Just that one thing?" I said, "Yes." She goes, "I can check you out right here."
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Best day ever, right? I get the shirt. I'm now skipping past everybody in line, like, losers, see ya. We go there. I give Milo the shirt. He goes to school. We get it back today. This is from last week. And
Purple.
I am so excited for this tie-dye shirt.
Just straight purple.
What color?
Straight purple.
Purple would be fantastic. What color is that, Zach?
White with some schmutz.
That is a white shirt that I think somebody washed a red sock in. This is the most unwashed. I can't put him in a pink shirt with some blue shit in it. What did they do to the shirt? Dey Care?
Slap a Giacomo Bear on that thing, call it a day.
Dey Care?
They don't give a fuck.
They're
not making enough to care.
Have you ever tie-dyed? You never have tie-dyed.
I have, actually. It's a real production with the rubber bands and the zhuzh and the dip. It's okay.
I cannot believe
it never comes out. It's better. I thought not. Look, mine was better than that. I'm not gonna lie. And so was Zoe's when she had to do it. But it never comes out how you think it's gonna come out.
This is such dreck. I am so upset.
That was real bad. I'm not gonna lie. You better just run over it with your car, and that would have been the same time. That's what it looks like. That you ran over some blue shit and then ran over a shirt or a kid.
This is a white shirt that was washed with a red sock. This is horrible.
You essentially, it was blue on it. You essentially ran over like road salt and then ran over a person, and that's their shirt now. It looks like tire marks. It's bad. The one I made was objectively better, but it was more work. It just wasn't worth the squeeze with tie-dyeing. And your hands all like purple for 2 days. Fucking nasty.
Pishadoo of the week. I got 12 candidates. I don't know if any of these are good, but I really like my number one too. Candidate number one. I'm really conflicted here because you know how I feel about biopics.
Okay, you like them.
They're talking about James Marsden doing a Frank Sinatra biopic.
Oh my God! It takes place in Maryland. It's bingo.
I hate these biopics. You're gonna do James Marsden playing Sinatra, which it's fantastic. I heard this story.
If he goes to the first pitch of the nose game, it's get the belt.
All right, stay with me on this next one. Indiana husband kills his wife on Valentine's Day because she, quote, didn't care about his Paris-themed Valentine's Day gift. While I do not advocate ever violence or murdering your spouse, this is all women want is a little effort. And the guy puts them in. He made a Parisian-themed night and she didn't care about it. I'm not saying she deserved to die.
He's an idiot. He won the lottery. A wife who doesn't care about that shit and doesn't need any of the stern and drum, he won the lottery. He doesn't have to do dick for the rest of his life. He killed her for it.
She was not impressed is what it really was. I think she complained. She just wasn't impressed about it.
Oh, well, when she's painting her masterpiece, what the fuck was she giving him? Well, she's dead now, so who cares?
The only masterpiece she painted was the wall with her brains.
He shot her?
I don't know, but I was going for something there.
It wasn't bad.
Next candidate. Have you followed the Steve Smith fiasco and everything that's been going on?
Steve Smith, the receiver or the basketball player?
The football player. Who cares?
Okay. Calm your tits. All right. Steve Smith, the receiver. What do you do?
Been stupping a nice woman. I believe she's from Catonsville. So shout out to Catonsville middle school, high school, whatever my brother-in-law teaches.
Catonsville?
Town in Balmer.
Great. Shout out Spiro Agnew Elementary. Free time.
Anyway, the woman's husband found out, saw the text messages, gets Steve Smith on the phone, calls him out for banging his wife. There's a whole back and forth that this guy recorded, posted online. I think it's a little desperate and a little needy. If you found out something like this, you get rid of the girl. You break up, you do something. I hate to say this.
Sign football. You got to get a signed football on the way out.
As somebody who's a little look at me, it was too much. It was just like, move on, dude. To put this all online, it's not for me.
So Derek Mason's banging Julia. You don't put it online?
Derek Mason? You're out of your mind. Derek Mason had his best years not in purple. Same with Steve Smith.
Okay, who's your best receiver then?
Best receiver ever?
You I don't know. Didn't.
Oh, Brendan Stokely. He caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
You wouldn't mind if he banged her. Little guy.
But yeah, I thought this whole thing was really weird. So I don't know. Speaking of your daughter not taking showers, did you see there was a person that police found $10,000 of cocaine embedded in their dreadlocks going through the airport?
You need a license to fly. I'm sorry, you just do. I'm hanging my hat on that. You need some sort of certification that an expert has deemed you flyable.
I do appreciate that this person thought they could just sneak anything through. You know what dogs don't care about? Your odor. They're looking for drugs. You people are idiots. It's so stupid.
Yeah, and you know how fast the TSA line would be if it was all qualified people? Because all the idiots wouldn't be able to make it. You would zip right through.
Have you ever done where you walk by 2x2 and the dog is following behind you?
No, I'm Jewish. They don't follow me.
There was something that went viral this
Actually, you know what? Fuck that. The one time TSA or the dog people actually pulled me over and searched my bag on the way to Mexico for some dickhead's wedding.
Well, were you the levy or not?
I was, but I didn't have the drugs on me. I was hoping they would be at the hotel room, but they weren't. Nor was the pillow menu.
Jesus. This past weekend, there was a audio clip that went viral of a little girl calling the police. I think it was in Oklahoma. And she's clearly like 2 or 3. And 911, what's your emergency? Donuts. I like donuts. Hi, sweetie. Is everything okay? Donuts. Is this an emergency? Emergency donuts. I want donuts.
Your father wanting pie.
There's so much more to that story. This 911 operator, I listened to most of the call. I got like a minute 20. It went a minute 43, and around 22 seconds, the operator knew this was clearly a mess up because she did do the typical, "Are you okay? Where's your mommy? I want donuts, mommy. Lady says donuts." Isn't that a really long time of wasting taxpayers' money?
Same price either way.
It's ridiculous.
Help will kill you. Even if it's the police. Now, the real question, did she deliver the donuts?
No.
Because a good cop in a small town, if you bring the donuts, you're on the 6 o'clock news. If you just go to Dunkin' and get a sixer or a couple of munchkins and you bring it to this kid as a cop, what else is she going to do in that town? There's real crime in this town?
I don't know which town. By the way, a sixer is a 6-pack of beer. So I'm
That
not sure
too.
where you're going. But I want this lady sitting there like night agent. Wait for the phone to ring. I do not want you entertaining a 3-year-old on the phone on my money.
Oh, no, I want them like the ones at Home Alone. Rose, hyper on too. Okay. They're yelling back at him.
Next candidate. We get a lot of hate online for any of our videos. Which
You and I?
I love it.
Oh,
I think I got a really clever one, and it's related to you saying of all the dinosaurs you would want a pterodactyl bone in your room.
Not a bone, the whole thing.
You would want a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Person responds, pterodactyls are ancient reptiles, not dinosaurs.
Ooh, check to the razor.
Zach, that guy can go fuck himself, or my bad.
No, my bad. I like him. He's right. Aren't they all ancient reptiles?
Well, I didn't do any more Googling. I just thought I'd throw you in there as like you're the candidate here. So
I guess so. I don't mind being corrected if it's about the goofy science stuff. If it's about almost anything else, you can fuck off.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck
Yeah,
off.
I was like, if I'm legit wrong about something, I'm like, oh, my bad.
Well, some of the weird stuff like that. If I'm wrong about something I'd choose to dig in and even know I'm wrong, I'm okay with that too. Sometimes, like, you know.
I'm not going back and forth again with a person who goes, raw eggs are not that bad for you. Like, you're an idiot. Go get salmonella. Okay, yeah. I know really low chances. But anyways, I heard a great story.
We should do a panel episode of all the people who hate us.
They don't
get like 40 of them to just come on and go.
They're just keyboard warriors. Even if I try
to let them show their fat faces.
They won't. That's literally what a keyboard warrior is.
They won't show their fat faces, even if they like, you know.
Correct.
Challenge them. Come on the show. Camera on. We get to see you, comic book guy. Fucking Klingon.
This is not how this works.
It can be.
Ooh. Do you know who is looking to do the podcast interviews? And they posted something, and I was like, I would love to have this person on here. I mean, if it's I sent an email and a personal message just to see how much they were going to actually ask for me to interview them. The voice of Angela Pickles on Rugrats. I was like, I would have you on this show.
Yeah.
Didn't hear back. No, nothing.
So you also punked me because you promised.
I did.
You would reach out to Butterbean.
Didn't get a response. I can show you receipts.
Really?
I sent a message. Got nothing.
Follow up.
Okay, I'll send it. I'll send a hey fat fuck.
Send them one weekly. Show your fat face.
This next story is weeks
Is there
old.
anything better to do, Butterbean? Come on.
It's been a couple of weeks since I heard about this, so I'll get the dog wrong. But there was some Bernese Shizuoka Golden something dog. A vet had to remove over 30 foreign objects from this dog's stomach, like 24 socks, a shoe. At what point is it Darwinian? Just let the dog die. It's going to eat its own leg at one point.
Yeah, absolutely. At a certain point.
Or the people who own this dog should not, like, if you don't have socks because your dog has eaten all of them, you should not have a dog.
Or you just have to now go barefoot.
New rules.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some good ones in here. I saw the best clip ever. You know when people are doing free throws at NCAA? Sometimes it's more college games where the people in the background, they're holding a newspaper or there's some type of distraction. The best one I've ever seen ever. I think it was a high school, possibly in Jersey. They had
the wrestler who got the melee.
They have one person at the top who's leaning back like this, and then a big cloth covering them. And there's people under the cloth that are acting like OBGYNs. And next thing you know, the person, and then a little tiny person comes up from under the cloth. It's like this guy was giving birth.
Amazing. When you went like this, I thought he was on a cross. Which would be you raised some guy on the cross would be incredible.
You know where I'm going with this? Why does not every single school have the best distractions ever? I don't understand. Cause a seizure for all I care. Every school should have the coolest, like you should have some type of organization, the way they do Jurassic Park at Ohio State, where the person is eating. I want behind every college campus.
What was the first one? The curtain of distraction. That one was great.
There's a million
Arizona
of them.
State, like the original. Like they had like a curtain and you'd open it, and they closed the curtain. It was like a Punch and Judy show.
I don't care. This could be college basketball's next big step is every time you're watching a game, just come up with any asshole comedian, anybody that can coordinate. By the way, the 18.
No, it should be the kids. That could be someone's major.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Minerals. This could be totally fake, but I saw this the other day. They now have, somebody took a video where they put the camera outside of a Porsche and the Porsche starts driving. And as that little logo starts spinning very fast, made in Germany, do you know what it looked just like?
Swastika?
Yeah.
I would need to see it, but that's bad. If I'm not going to get it that quickly.
They've had this for how many years and we have no idea.
Not good.
I'm going to send you this video and you go, wow, that's really, really bad. I wrote down something I can't read, but it's okay. Keep it moving.
Thank God.
Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, look, Dallas Josh.
Dallas Mavericks are now banning all Luka Doncic jerseys in their arena when they're having these games.
It's not a big deal because now that Kyrie's out for the year, no one's coming anyway.
I think that's really bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
I don't understand.
They traded him. He didn't leave them.
If I'm wearing a jersey that doesn't say anything with the profanity on it, eat my dick.
Or option B, you got to Aaron Hernandez it. If I have one, you've got to give me a full trade for an authentic one for a player of my choosing.
No chance.
Fine. If you don't want me wearing it, then you better supply me with merch.
I don't want merch. I don't want anything. It's my right to buy a ticket.
Yeah, exactly. But if you bought a Modell's jersey and they're going to give you an authentic one, okay, that seems like a fair trade.
Okay. But
that's what they did for Hernandez. If you want that for Doncic, you better supply me with a quality jersey. And it better be someone good, like Fat Lever, some old Maverick.
Ooh, yeah. I remember what my other one was. I saw a great story. Coming off of our Oscars episode, there was a guy in India who sued the movie theater because the credits at the beginning were over 30 minutes, causing him to be late for whatever meeting he had. The guy won like 8 million rupees, which was equivalent to $275.
Oh.
God bless India, or what a dick.
We should go to India. Diamond hands.
Literally. I time the credits when I go to movies. It's like 20-some minutes every time. This guy goes there for 30 minutes. What an idiot.
Yeah, it's bad. It's stupid.
Gold medal. I had some of my really good friends over this past weekend. We had a great time. You were invited. You didn't come.
It didn't sound like a great time from what you told me beforehand.
We sit down to play Uno with my buddy, Eat the Rat, his daughter, and Julia. And as we start dealing the cards out, he says out loud, this is a very normal 41-year-old man. I've never played Uno before in my life. I have nothing more to that story. It blew my mind. That not only has he never played, he didn't know the rules.
It's not hard.
It's Crazy Eights with colors.
I'm not sure I've actually ever played Crazy Eights. I've played Uno many times. It's the same game.
It's the same
Where
game
would I sit down to play Crazy Eights?
Oh, when you're traveling and you just have a deck of cards and not Uno.
Yeah, you'll play like Bloody Knuckles or Asshole or Spit or something.
No, not with your daughter. You play Bloody Knuckles with Zoe?
I lost.
Look at these things.
Yeah, for show and for keeps.
I hope he was joking with me, and then I'm going to get a text. I really think my buddy has no idea how to play Uno, which, bad parenting. But also, what?
What did he do in his downtime then? Just pound off all the time? What was he doing at 9? Whenever you play Uno, what's the appropriate age of Uno?
Being cool, doing other cool kid stuff. I have no idea.
What, blow? Was he cool? He's not cool now. Was he cool then?
James Morrison playing Frank Sinatra. Indiana man kills his wife.
What you should do? You just wanted to say those words.
No, I think that's a real asshole thing to not know how to play Uno at.
No, not that. About Marsden.
Oh, I think I
just wanted to say those words. You know what a Pishadoo.
I think I might be the Pishadoo for.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, Indiana man kills his wife on Valentine's Day because she didn't like the Paris themed date. Steve Smith fiasco, which I'm going to send you some text and you'll change your mind on that. The police discover $10,000 of coke in hair. People should not be allowed to fly. Police call emergency donuts lasted in minute and 43 seconds. Pterodactyl, not a dinosaur, ancient reptile.
Hold on. I love that someone that smart and nerdy is listening to us.
They're not. It's the clips. Just the clips, dude. Nobody listens to cool.
He's listening to that.
Zach.
He should be watching Neil deGrasse Tyson or something, but he's listening to us assholes.
Zach, our clips get thousands and thousands of views and downloads. Our episodes are triple digits at best.
Well, this guy's into it. Still, he'd be listening to like Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Vet finds 30 foreign objects in a dog. You have 3 free throw distractions, which really should be on the up and coming. Porsche swastika. Indian man at the movies. No Luka Doncic jerseys at the movies. And a normal 41-year-old man with kids who went to sleepaway camp, I think, not knowing how to play Uno.
You went to Jew camp? That's weird. Look, I haven't seen the Porsche thing yet. It's probably that. But honestly, of all of it, who brings drugs to an airport? You just can't do it. It's not rocket science. Don't bring drugs to an airport and comport yourself like some sort of halfway decent person, and you will get to your destination most likely these days.
So seriously, so airports are your new Mayo? Just I can't say airport or flight.
You can say airport, but like it's insane. It's getting worse.
The guy was clearly smuggling drugs from a legal place to a legal place to make money. Like
you've got to find a better system then.
He's
putting it in your hair. What?
He's not the idiot.
Who's the idiot then?
Poverty.
Poverty's the Pishadoo?
Hello
is right. You know what? The world needs ditch diggers too. Don't be. I'm not going to say it.
Shut up and dig?
Yeah. Or go shop at Uno. What the fuck him?
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. We had fun. We're going to keep doing this. Zach, pour one out. R.I.P. Hooters. Filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah. No more Hooters. Because you stopped going to the Dominican one in Times Square.
That one's been gone for years.
Is it? They didn't have big Chi-Chis there. I'm not going to lie.
We out.
We are. Bye-bye.